until eventually we see Neo come to early, and the look of sadness on Carrie-Anne Moss's face as Neo just comes to early. Oh my God, beautiful. Her disappointment, chat, feels so real. We've all seen that face before. It's the most realistic thing in the movie, chat. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, God. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. That's what it is, chat. And now, my friends, before we get into all the gameplay, I gotta do my review, chat. I have to do my scene by scene breakdown, chat, for The Matrix Reloaded, The Matrix 2, a hotly anticipated movie, chat, when it finally came out in 2003. Oh, people were so excited for this film, chat. I was excited for it after seeing The Matrix, and was I just, over the fucking moon after I walked out of the theater when I saw this? No! But I'll tell you why. I'll explain why, chat, before I get into the nitty-gritty details. But first and foremost, chat, I need to ask you a very specific question. That question being, how many of you have seen The Matrix 2, or as it's also known as The Matrix, and heavy emphasis on that fucking colon, chat. A lot of poop. Reloaded. I'm curious. Architect C makes no sense. A lot of scenes in this movie don't make any sense. Senior Sparks is not yet. Ooh, very nice, very nice. I like it. Did you ask? I did. Serious? I seen it ages ago, but I don't remember. You're not missing much. He has me. Nope, just part of the car chase. That's actually about all you need to see, really, of this film, in my opinion. I'm kind of right there with you. Farrell says it's been years. Also, I've seen it. I like parts of it. Lisa, I've seen them all. Mika Shapen, I have not, because I don't think it counts that I fell asleep. No, I'll count that. We'll count that. That's fine. You've seen it then. You had better things to do when you're watching the movie, though. That's the thing. I haven't seen the movie since I saw it in theaters when it first came out. Same. Also, been a while, but just as me. Mel Carriz and I sadly have seen The Matrix Reloaded. I was like, that cake scene. I'm going to read you some of the dialogue from some of these scenes, chat. They played this a lot on Kip. They did indeed. Seen it many times, not by choice, like on FX and shit, or TNT or whatever. Some review, I sure have. I don't really remember this. I remember this one. Luke the Boss, I saw that close-up of the Trinity ass in the beginning. There's that. I mean, they got that. They do have that. Hot. I mean, they like to put Carrie-Anne Moss in hot leather. There's no doubt. So a long time ago, Luke the Boss. Slayer says, I love it. Okay, that's fine. No, you know what? I'm happy to listen. That's okay. We can have some different opinions. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can like it. And I'll explain why I might not like it. We can come to a mutual disagreement. I think that's fine. Elijah says, I've seen this, and it's dog shit. There you go. Q says, I saw it last week, and I think it's a fun, in some ways, the action, but it seems like the Wachowskis are trying so hard to force the philosophical agenda on all this. It's just I don't even know if it's an agenda. It's just a philosophy class. That's what it is. It's the whole, as I said, Chet, this movie is filled with mumbo jumbo. What happened, chat, is the first Matrix, because I have done a review for the original Matrix on my stream, eventually be uploaded to YouTube, chat. Someday, one day it'll be uploaded. But it's funny, because that movie, before it was made, people were like, this is not going to work. People aren't going to understand all these concepts. It's too weird. It's too out there. But the Wachowskis did it. They nailed it. That movie became a huge critical and commercial success, one of the highest grossing films of 1999, inspired a shit ton of knockoffs throughout the 2000s, chat, and it earned its place in the pop culture zeitgeist. But clearly what happened, chat, and it happens to a lot of filmmakers, okay, where they have this huge success, they prove themselves, they prove everyone wrong, and you have the studios and executives, and they come in them hat in hand, and are like, you know what, you're right, we're going to let you do whatever the fuck you want, and that's what happened. And that's obviously what happened. The Wachowskis were allowed to do whatever the fuck they wanted. And they decided to do a philosophy class within their action movie. And that's a huge mistake. I'm not saying that action films can't be intelligent. that they can't be about serious subjects. There are action movies that have absolutely done that, and they're great. But when you literally stop the movie to just have a person in a monotone voice just talk about philosophy and the concepts of good and evil, and what is good and what is evil, and just start speaking like a computer at you and saying that philosophy is code and code is philosophy. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You get lost within the pontificating, chat, within the philosophizing, okay? And what you're doing is you're talking down to your audience. And I hate that shit. I have little tolerance level for that at all. It's like, you can have an agenda of your movie. That's totally fine. I'm not saying that, but don't treat me like I'm an idiot, all right? Or don't think that you're smarter than everybody else. Because anytime you have a movie that thinks it's so fucking smart and thinks that it's using all these big terms and throwing out these goddamn long monologues, what really happens, what always consistently happens, it just comes off looking dumb. And that's what this movie does for me. It comes across just being dumb, self-indulgent, incoherent, and inevitably boring. I didn't see the original Matrix in theaters. I saw it I think maybe on VHS or DVD. And at the time, but I was excited to see the Matrix Reloaded. It's like I loved the first film. I was like, I can't wait to see this one. And I remember being in the theater, chat. I remember being bored. I remember being really bored. It's like, yeah, that actually was really cool. And he was fighting all the Agent Smiths and shit. You know, that was neat. Some of the action scenes definitely like that. And Neo showing off all those superpowers and stuff. It's like, I remember that. But then there comes a point in the movie, and I've talked about this many times before, chat, but there comes that point in the film where they go to the Merovingian, which is a stupid name, and it's the French guy. And he's talking about how through philosophy, and by the way, he's a computer program. I didn't know this. I totally forgot about this. I thought he was just a human that was in the Matrix. That's like, yeah, I'm happy being in the Matrix. And he's just aware. He's a computer program. Like, computer programs have families. They have wives and husbands and children. I'm like, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. But where he starts talking about how through coding and the philosophy of code, he's able to make a woman orgasm with cake. And I'm like, this movie's bad. This movie's bad. I'm like, it kind of hit me. It hit me like that fucking semi-truck scene, chat, which I think comes after this. Immediately after this, but I'm watching, I was like, oh my God, this movie's awful. That's what it is. That's what hit me. And within that scene right there. And I've never seen it since. After I saw this in the theater, I saw Revolutions, and I was equally as disappointed with that. But now I'm debating which one I think is worse. I think Reloaded might be worse. I don't know. I really have to think about it. But I have not seen this movie in nearly. Look, the boss, thank you for the biddy, and thank Cornelius for the 20 biddies. I'll read your comments in a second. But I had not seen this film in nearly 20 years. It came out in 2003, so 18 years ago was the last time I saw this goddamn movie. And I just had no desire to revisit it. And same with Revolutions, chat, which I forgot came out. I thought it came out a year later. It came out the same year, 6 months later. And you can look at how people were so disappointed with the second one by looking at the box office for these films. Matrix Reloaded, I think, was at the time was the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. It beat Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Eventually, it would be surpassed by Deadpool nearly 15 years later. But the movie made a shit ton of money. Made $741.8 million. And I think the sequel, Revolutions, the third one, made about $350 million less. It was like $300 million less. And so the proof is in the fucking pudding that people are like, what the hell did you do? Like, they messed up. There's no doubt. When you look at the box office performance of those films, you know, and just how people were so excited to go in the Matrix Reloaded and how disappointed they were, they didn't even fucking show up. $300 million worth of people didn't show up for your closing chapter of your trilogy. The Wachowskis spurned so many fans of this, or just curious audience members. You know, the mass audiences are like, no, fuck that. I went there to see a really cool action film with some quality performances within a cool world. And what they got was a philosophy class that was so up its own ass that it came out pretentious and boring. That's what happened. That's what happened to Matrix. And we are on the eve, chat. Tomorrow, Matrix Resurrection is going to be released. Over 20 years since the original movie, chat. And I've seen that it's definitely gotten some mixed reviews since then, you know, but they are saying it's better than the sequel. So it's like, this point, it's like, well, I guess that's the best we could have hoped for. You know, I usually like to think that, okay, if you're making a sequel, it should be as good or if not better than the original movie, or at least close to it. The very least close to being as good, you know? I don't think that's a ridiculous expectation, chat. But yeah, these two movies did not live up to that. Although this one, who knows? Maybe I'll end up liking it. Maybe I'll go. I've heard it's really goofy. I heard that it has a very tongue-in-cheek sense of humor, which makes me interested. Let me go ahead and read these comments. First of all, Glee on base did I just make it? You didn't need. Just doing my general thoughts on the movie before I go into nitty-gritty details. Third one, did that bad? Yeah, $300 million less. I was like, whoa. Because I remember it didn't perform as well, but I didn't know by how much, but I was like, wow. So audience disinterest was at all-time high for The Matrix, chat. And it's been dormant for quite some time. You had a lot of knockoffs. You had not a lot of knockoffs that borrowed the aesthetics of The Matrix. You know, your Underworlds, your Ultraviolets and things like that. You know, a lot of 2000s era superhero films were clearly inspired by their kind of, gritty, leathery take on a dystopian future, that kind of thing, aesthetically. They did a close-up on the woman's vagina. We're going to talk about that. Well, we're going to talk about the vagina. We're going to talk about the computer vagina, chat. Don't worry. It's not what you think. I say computer vagina, you think, Chris, you're being dirty. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm not. No, one thing if today's anything we'll do, I guess the cake will do it. Guys, we got to fucking up our game. That's what apparently this movie just like fucking cake can do it. Then we can do it. Apparently not. Now, I will never be as good as that cake. That's what the fucking lesson. That's what the Merovingian's saying. He's like, yeah, I know you love Trinity, Neo, but you will never fuck her as good as my cake will. And I'd be like, fuck you, Frenchie. Fuck you. Luke the Boss, remember being bored, too. This is my second time being bored. Anticipated sequel of 1999, the first being Star Wars. Oh, wow. That's another good one. Yeah. Attack the Clones. Very boring movie. Agreed. Very boring movie. Check out my review for that movie as well, too, chat. Oh, it was very good. So good. So, maybe what? Hey, that's what the Merovingian said. My cake makes you orgasm. It's like, does everyone have it? Was everyone who ordered the cake in that restaurant, were they all orgasming all over the place? I don't know. There's a lot of weird, kinky stuff in this film, chat. But, yeah, movie came out. Huge commercial success. Critically got mixed to positive reviews. In retrospect, it's gotten more of a negative reception since then. People highlighting some of the action scenes, which are cool, like that whole they built a highway. Like the Wachowskis got Warner Brothers permission to build a fucking highway to film that scene, which is pretty impressive. But the rest of the movie, the CGI, chat, oof. Even more so than maybe even the original film. Like, I'm still like, because we think of like, oh, the Smith scene where Neo's fighting all the different Smiths. It looks like a PS2 cutscene. It's like, ugh, it just doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up. All the fucking Smiths, for what was called what's the fight? I forget what the fight scene is. The Rousey. I forget what the hell it is. But that whole fight sequence when he's fighting when CGI Neo is fighting CGI Smiths, they are so smooth. You need to do some extra rendering on Neo and the Smiths because they're just so fucking smooth. They look like plastic dolls fighting. It's just kind of rough. It's kind of rough, chat. Yeah, it's the opposite of cult classic, where I think in retrospect, a lot of people have criticized the film. Where at the time, again, people were excited for this movie. I get it. People were really, really excited for this film. And a lot of people were like, oh no, it's good. I don't mean I'm not throwing the man under the bus. I'm not trying to throw the man under the bus at all, but like Martin Thomas of Double Toasted, he came out of this movie super positive. I think he's talked about it since then. But then in time, he's like, yeah, it has a lot of problems. He has a lot of issues. I think he still likes it, but he admits it's nowhere near as good as the sequel. So I think that's what's happened since then. That at least the roundabout. Is it the roundabout? I forget what it's called. They call it something. They call it something roundy round. It doesn't matter. Fucking CGI Hugo Weaving tries to beat the shit out of CGI Keanu Reeves and does not look good. You know what? And I think a lot of movies that came out in the 90s, like late 90s action films, I did notice this with The Matrix and with another film like Blade. Because I think you had Blade 2, which came out, in 2000, I want to say? It was like 2000, 2001. And Blade 2 had these really cool practical effects. The CGI, of course, is dated. This is funny. I'm just bringing up Blade because I posted my full-length video commentary for it today, chap. And when I think of Blade 2, and I don't really like Blade 2. I know, listen, it has a lot of fans, but I remember that in the original 98 Blade, they had a lot of practical effects, and it felt really grounded. And yes, they used some CGI, and the CGI just hasn't aged well. I remember in Blade 2, Guillermo del Toro was, like, adamant about having as much CGI in there as possible, and it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't, like, that whole end fight scene between Wesley Snipes and the super-duper vampire, whatever the fuck he was, I was like, this is bad. This is bad. And I don't know if that was because of The Matrix. Was it The Matrix that did that? They were like, okay, now The Matrix using all these CGI effects, now we gotta do the same thing. Like, it clearly influenced so much stuff. Chris Hayden, you know the movies I love. I mean, I like the original Blade is great. It's a full price. I reviewed it. Check out my spoiler review on my YouTube channel. I've done a full-length video and audio commentary for it. I love the first movie. I'm not a big Blade 2 fan. I think I'm in the minority because I think a lot of people I know love Blade 2. But I think that group for the most part, Chad, it's me and Martin, and we're the only people that hate Blade 2. Everyone else loves it. Everyone else loves it, Chad. Yeah. No, George Lucas did the same thing. You're right, Colonel. He did the exact same thing. But yeah, Chad, to wrap up my general thoughts on the movie, I don't think it's good. I think it wastes a lot of time. I think it pontificates where it should be more character focused. That's the thing. Like, I don't get to know anyone else in this movie. That's the biggest. I mean, there's so many big flaws, but that's what I realized watching this film. I didn't learn more about Neo other than that he's the chosen one. I get that. Your movie keeps telling you he's the chosen one, he's the chosen one, he's the chosen one. I was like, I get that. And it's a lot of exposition, but we never really get to know any of these characters beyond what we originally learned about them in the first movie. No one progresses. No one changes. And honestly, they kind of regress even. They become more wooden, more uninteresting. Like the relationship between Neo and Trinity, it's like we don't get to see like more of that other than them fucking. And I had a question a while ago on a previous Class in the Glass cast. I forgot who submitted. I thought it was Xavier, maybe it was Thunderly, but whoever you were, give yourself credit. Whoever this individual, they said that they were bothered by sex scenes in movies and TV shows because they don't really add anything to the film itself other than like a little sexy, steamy, part. There's no character building. And you're right. I prefer romances to be handled where we actually get to learn more about the characters and relationships. Sex scenes are just there for eye candy. And that's what this movie is. It's just eye candy. But no one grows as a character. And it's very, very frustrating. The Wachowskis think they're growing their characters by having them monologue about philosophy and shit, but they don't grow. They're just literally doing a college lecture. That's what it is, Jeff. And it's incredibly frustrating. But now, my friends, let's go ahead and get to the nitty-gritty details of this film. My scene by scene breakdown for The Matrix Reloaded. We start with Billy the security guard, Chad. Billy, he's got a wife. He's got a computer wife. He's got some computer kids, Chad. He's got another computer baby, another line of code on the way. He's just doing his goddamn job. He's just guarding the power station. Why is he guarding the power station? He doesn't know. He doesn't ask these big questions why, okay? He just does what he was born to do, Chad. What the machine tells him to do. And he's walking out of the fucking, security room, Chad, little security booth, and he looks up, and he's like, is that a fucking motorcycle about to crash on me? And it is, chat, because we see Carrie-Anne Moss in full leather regalia, chat, coming down with the power of God upon Billy, chat, and kills him. Fucking kills him, chat, with a motorcycle. She does a fucking backflip, and boom, she poses, sticks her ass out. She's like, goddamn right, I'm Carrie-Anne Moss, and my ass looks good in leather. She then takes off her big black motorcycle helmet. It's pitch black outside, by the way. And so Artie's like, that'd be kind of hard to see with that helmet on, but she's also wearing sunglasses. And I'm like, why would you? I know it looks cool. And they do look cool, chat. But it's like, Lord, how do you fucking see? How do you see? And she uses her big black motorcycle helmet, and she does a fucking, that's a superhero landing and a half, Darkslayer, you're right. But she uses her big black helmet and her big leather booty, and she starts slapping the shit out of Billy the security guard's friends. Billy's dead. Billy is 2 feet into the concrete, Chad. He's not going home to see his computer wife and his computer kids, okay? And then she's blowing up this goddamn building, Chad. She's taking out the power station. She's doing her thing. And then we cut We then cut immediately, and then she's being thrown out a window. Maybe she chose to yeet herself. She's yeeting out the window, chat. Yeeting herself out the window. She's got 2 pistols. Pew, 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 pew. And there is an agent coming right at her, chat. Agent, not Agent Smith, Mr. Anderson. It's not him. It's Agent Johnson. He's coming at her, or whatever his name is. I don't fucking know what the other agent. Doesn't matter. It's another agent. He's the anti-Norton virus of the Matrix, chat. And he has a gun. And he shoots her. And, chat, we see a slow-mo bullet go into Trinity's boob. As we know, chat, as we learn in movies, if you are a lady and you have a boob, if you get shot and or stabbed, instant death. So we just saw the death. We just saw the boob death of Trinity, chat. That's it for her. Don Tarlin, thank you for the 35 months. Appreciate that, good sir. Oh, my God. So much growth. 3 years of incredible support, Don. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. The boss, thank you for 2 biddies. In words of a super talent guy from Brooklyn, this broad can't aim for none. I mean, well, she was aiming. She was killing Billy, the computer dad, the security guard, and all his friends, and she's fighting the agent. The thing is, the other people, only fucking Neo can handle the agents. As we learn, chat, only he can handle the goddamn agent. All these other people can't. Like, that was their fear. Like, the one thing that made the first Matrix so interesting and, like, scary is that, okay, we can do all these amazing things in this world, but we can't fucking fight the agents. They're the anti-Norton virus to our viruses, if you will. All right? You see them, you fucking run. You get the hell out of there. And then they kind of take that fear away because Neo can fight like an army of them like it's nothing. And so the agents are kind of relegated to just being... Well, you're just kind of an obstacle now. You're not a threat. You're just an obstacle that we have to circumvent, jump over, yeet ourselves over through a window to get to the next scene where someone fucking monologues at us about philosophy. That's what it is. That's what they are now. That's what Agent Smith is and the other agents are. But thank you, Luke the Boss, for the 2 biddies. Appreciate that. And thank you, Cornelius, for the 30 biddies. Appreciate that. But she gets shot in the boob, which, as we all know, means insta-death. And then, Neo wakes up. He's having this recurring nightmare of Carry-On Moss getting shot in the boob and then falling into a fucking car and dying. Just like, it's not good. It's not good. And he's cuddling her and stuff. He's like, whoa. And he gets up and he walks out, gives one little good old look at Trinity, and then he goes and listens to Morpheus talk to a new character. Morpheus is talking to a character named Link. Yeah, not Link. The little elf boy from The Legend of Zelda, chat. By the way, why is it called The Legend of Zelda? Call it The Legend of Link. Like, I know, listen, Zelda's an important character, but Link's doing the fucking heavy lifting in all those goddamn games. Zelda, you're getting kidnapped, and you're getting got by Ganondorf, and then I gotta save you, and then all of a sudden, it should be The Legend of Zelda. It's like, why? What were you doing during all that time when I was, fucking collecting rupees, trying to buy a horse so I can get to the next area and battle all the goddamn monsters? Did you talk to the Deco Tree? No, but... Morpheus is talking to Link, and Morpheus is like, why do you want to join my crew? And Link's like, I don't really know, he's just a Neo groupie. That's what his whole thing is, chat. Like, everyone wants to join the crew of the Nebuchadnezzar now because everyone's been hearing about Neo as the one. Everyone's getting really fucking excited about that guy. And he's like, I really just want to join. And Morpheus is like, well, I understand. Neo is really fucking cool, but we got to have trust. Because that's the whole thing. Like, he's talking. This would have been interesting. This would have been a really interesting moment here. This would have been the character building chat, where he's like, we need to have trust on this crew. Wouldn't it have been great if they talked about Cypher during this scene? Joan Pantoliano's character, Ralphie from The Sopranos, Cypher. That would be interesting because he betrayed them. He betrayed them and almost got them all killed for his own selfish desires. We're talking about selfish. Apparently, that carried over to the rest of the crew. Joe Pantoliano infected the rest of the crew with his selfishness, chat. But that would have been really interesting if you actually brought that in and made, like, Lawrence Fishburne's character of Morpheus really distrustful now, with the aside from his small group who lived. And he's like, I don't really want anyone else here. And it would have made it more of a cool dynamic with him and the rest of the leadership of Zion, where he's like, I don't trust any of you fuckers anymore. Based on my experience, it almost got me and my crew. That would have been cool, but nope. We have to have trust. Why? Because I said so. And Link's like, don't worry. You can trust me. I know that Neo is the one. And they're like, yeah, cool. And so after that, with fucking Morpheus talks of Neo and other people talk of Neo. They're like, okay, meeting time. We need to have a meeting. Even though the Matrix is dangerous and to have so many of us show up in one place, we're going to have a meeting. So Morpheus's crew, the Nebuchadnezzar, are going into the Matrix so they can meet with other crews from different ships that are doing missions, because we got to have some conversations, okay? And so they all get decked out. They all look cool in black leather and black and sunglasses and shit. And they show up, and we see Jada Pinkett Smith. She gets like a couple lines. She gets a couple lines yet. She says some stuff. And basically the whole point of the meeting is, they're like, listen, Zion wants us to come back because they want us to stop us from talking about all this, Neo being the one shit, all right? And what they want us to do is to find bodies of water and food and increase our medical facilities, because our population keeps increasing because of all the sex orgies that we have, the rave sex orgies, as we'll soon see. And Morpheus is like, I don't want to do that stuff. That's boring and shit. I want to talk to the Oracle again. And he's like, but we got to do this, Morpheus. He's like, I don't care. The thing is, though, chat, the agents, they know that this meeting is going down. And they're like, we're going to fucking interrupt this meeting and kill all these goddamn interlopers, chat. That's what's going to happen. And so they show up. They're like, oh, it's like they're having the meeting. And the agents, which is kind of cool. The agents are going there. The meeting, agents meeting. And then, boom, the agents fucking kick through this goddamn door. And it's like, ooh, we can't wait to kill some dirty, stinky humies. And who's in the fucking room, chat? Neo. Got bamboozled. The agents are like, oh, fuck. And Neo starts whooping their asses, chat. Back. They don't stand a chance. And that's the thing. It's kind of frustrating. It's like they literally give Neo, it's weird because they're so inconsistent with him. He has the power of a god, and then he doesn't sometimes. Sometimes he can handle an army of Smiths or an army of agents. Other times he's like, I'm really struggling against like this one guy. I can't really fight him. It's so inconsistent, which we'll see in a bit. But he's fighting these Smiths, and they're getting their asses kicked. He beats them. The Smiths are like, all right, we're not the Smiths, but these agents, Agent Jonathan or whatever. They're like, we gotta get out of here. Neo senses something is up, and he literally shoots up into the sky like Superman, chat, and he's flying around. Because he senses something weird is happening within the world. And it's like, all right. Eventually, we cut, and we see that, that's what it is. Because one of the members of the meeting, this is a weird fucking plot point here. So one of the people that's at the meeting is this guy named Bane. Not like the Bane you'd expect, like Tom, just some fucking guy named Bane. And he's in the Matrix, and he's about to lead the Matrix. He gets the phone. But then, boom, fucking Agent Smith shows up, like Hugo Weaving. He's alive for some reason, and we don't know why. But he shows up, and he now has the ability to infect people. And so he punches his hand through Bane's tummy, and Bane becomes Agent Smith. And then Agent Smith goes into the real world Bane. Like, he's able to infect humans now. Because I guess now he's a rogue program. And I'm like, I was like, you know what, maybe you can explain that. No, movie's like, he can do that now. It's like, okay, all right, fuck it. And so Morpheus senses this is what's fucking going on. Clearly, the Agent Smith's back. He's like, whoa, something's weird. Something's up. But it doesn't matter because, we're now at Zion. Everyone's like, they were being recalled back to Zion because they got to get more food and water and shit. And we see it, and it just sucks. This place is awful. Everyone lives in this giant fucking gray tube with these huge gray concrete bridges, and they got giant mechs, and the mechs are kind of cool, but they're not really cool in hindsight, chat, when you think about it. And everything, there's nothing, there's no color. It's a really sad world. And they have something interesting to me. So they have ground control, like traffic control for all the ships that are coming and going. But the traffic controllers are inside the Matrix, which is weird. Which I don't understand that. It's like, why don't why do they need to be inside the Matrix to run the traffic control for the ships? We've seen that people are flying these ships that are not in the Matrix. Matter of fact, that's how you can only pilot them. So I don't know why then you have all these people who have to be inside the Matrix and are literally like, okay, you can take off now. Or, you know, the fucking Nebuchadnezzar's leaving at 7:30 a.m. Be sure to board, have your morning. It doesn't make any sense. So it's like, all right, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I said, Zion sucks. It's boring. Everyone's sad. I mean, I get it. You live in a dystopian future. The best thing that we have is, just weird rave sex orgies, and not all the time. They only have them when Morpheus is around, chat. That's really all it is. That's the only time they ever do it. But before Morpheus can throw his rave sex orgy, he needs to go talk to Martian Manhunter from Justice League. And so he goes and talks to Martian Manhunter from Justice League, who is the leader of Zion. And I'm on fucking Martian Manhunter's side completely, chat, because he is fucking pissed. He's like, listen, I know you keep having your goddamn little meetings within the Matrix. You are risking everything, okay? Where the Smiths find you, all right? How are we going to get these ships back? Because you're endangering your crew and the crews of these other ships, which you should be out there scouting and trying to find more locations and food and water and shit. And Morpheus is like, but Neo's the chosen one. He's Superman. And he's like, I don't care. All right. I know you've been trying to do this for so long, but we have problems here, Morpheus, in the real world. Okay? Can you please just find a source of water? He's like, no. It's like, oh, God damn it. All right, you know what? Get out of here. I don't need you. Meanwhile, we cut to Neo and Trinity, and then there's other characters that they don't matter. Link is there. And we also see this little kid that's always, not a little kid, it's like a teenager that's always following around. It feels like a replacement for the kid that died in the last movie that got fucking shot by all the Smiths. You're like, you're a placeholder. I'm gonna call him placeholder, chat. But they're like, all right, guys, well, this is our stop. I'll see you guys later. And as soon as the elevator doors shut, fucking Neo and Trinity just start having sex in the elevator. You're just swallowing each other's tons. And it's like, again, anytime that they have a quiet moment, they're just fucking. And I'm not trying to be a prude or anything, chat. My whole thing is just like, this could have been time to build on their relationship. You know, sex scenes in hindsight, they are kind of just superfluous. They're just eye candy. Like, how about we have a conversation between Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves? But no, every other scene with them is just them kissing. And it's kind of a waste. DT Darks, I think of the 2 minutes. The chosen one ain't gonna get us food and water and stop those orgies. He's like, never. Never. But after that, we then cut, and we're at the underground rave orgy catacombs, chat, where this religious figure, this priest, is presiding. Oh, this is so weird to me because they are honoring all of their recent fallen who have been taken by the machines, chat, either killed or put back into the human battery sacks and shit. And he's like, well, you know, as you guys know, it is very sad that we lost all these incredible fighters, men, women, children, brothers, sisters, mothers, husbands. And I believe that Morpheus has the final word on their tremendous sacrifice, and he has something to say to all of you here. And Morpheus just walks up and goes, hey, party people, I found computer Jesus. Let's fuck. And that's what they do. That's all they do, chat. It's like, yeah, I don't give a shit about the fallen. Who cares? Sons, daughters, it doesn't matter. We'll just make some more. And we get, it's specifically, it's a 7.5 minute scene. It's a fucking music video. It's a 7.5 minute music video within this movie where people are in a giant fucking catacomb, which is leaking something, which is just wet. I'm like, why is everything wet? And I think I found out why. And they are just rubbing and grinding, and they are fucking each other while they're all playing music, chat. I'm like, where's this? Oh, it's their bodily fluid, chat. And so we're just seeing semen and just all the vajayjay juice you can imagine, chat, just getting everywhere. People are slipping and sliding. It's moist. It's a very moist cave. And I'm like, this is so unnecessary. And then we cut to Trinity, And Neo, it's like, you know what would be good? It's like, oh, after all this depravity, it's like, let's cut to them actually having a conversation. Nope, they're fucking too. And we're constantly cutting back to the rave orgy where people are fucking, playing they're beatboxing and shit. They're playing bongos while someone's giving them a blowy or whatever. But then we also cut back to Neo constantly, until eventually we see Neo come to early, and the look of sadness on Carry-On Moss's face as Neo just comes to early. Oh my God, beautiful. Her disappointment, chat, feels so real. We've all seen that face before. It's the most realistic thing in the movie, chat. I was like, oh. I was like, oh God. But everyone fucks and fluids are flying, chat. Keanu's sad cum face. Trinity's very sad. I did not cum face. And eventually, chat, we cut back to Morpheus, who walks out of his dilapidated apartment, looks upon Zion and says, "Good night, Zion." And I was like, did you expect it to like say back to you, "Good night, Morpheus"? Is this good night, Moon? Good night, Moon. Good night, teddy bear. Good night, toothbrush. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Good night, Zion. And he walks back inside of his dilapidated apartment. That's what happens. You've had that face. Everyone's had that face. Everyone's looked at that face before. I'll admit it. After that, we then, I think this is when, this is the scene where Agent Smith, because Bane's like, I'm going to go in the Matrix. I want to investigate. So that's when he goes into the Matrix, and he's on the phone, and then, bah, Agent Smith attack. And he sticks his hand inside of his tummy, infects him, turns him into a Smith, which then turns the real Banes into a Smith too, I guess, on the outside. Except he's not physically changed. He just takes over his brain. There's no explanation as to why. We don't fucking know. After that, we cut back to Neo, and they pop him in the Matrix because he needs to go see the Oracle. But, there's some precautions now. And he's got to go see not Jet Li. That's who it is. I don't know who this guy is, chat. He's Kung Fu. He's the Kung Fu kid. That's what he is. And so he visits him, and, fucking Computer Jesus is like, hey, I want to see the Oracle. I got to talk to her about some stuff. And, apparently there's been some changes going on in the Matrix, and it has me confused. And he's like, no time for talk. We must fight. And they just start fighting, and there's no reason for it. They just start going at it. And the thing that I'm confused by is, again, we've seen Neo so far in this movie take on multiple agents, kick their asses, and yet this guy is giving him issues. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It's so inconsistent. But eventually it's a draw. And the Kung Fu kid's like, oh shit, you are the one. And he's like, if you wanted to know, why didn't you just ask? And he's like, well, and he literally says, the only way I didn't even look up the name, no. That doesn't matter. Do you care about the Kung Fu kid? Do you care about not Jet Li? No, you don't. Of course not. But he literally says, the only way I would know if you are the one is if I fight you. And that's it. And Neo goes, okay. And I'm like, all right, that's all the explanation we got. Nothing's particular, not like a move, not like something he's seen. Like there's something that they do later on in the film that would have been interesting, where it's like, oh, now I know how you're the one. And it's based on the fact that, spoiler, this is not the first version of Neo. And it's like, okay. But Neo might do something that is consistent of all the other previous Neos. I was like, that would have been interesting. But no, it's just like, I know I need to fight you. The only way I know you're the one is if I fight you. Not like you, because you have a certain fighting style or you do something in particular, or I looked into your eyes and I saw that they are the same color. I don't know, something, Chad, nothing. I fight you and that's how I know. It's like, all right. So we cut from that. And he meets the Oracle, and I think this actress, she, in between this movie and Revolutions, she did die, which is quite sad, because they bring this new actress, and they do this unnecessary over-explanation as to why she looks different. Doesn't make any sense. But it's the same one from the first movie. And again, her whole thing is, why don't you sit down, Neo? Neo, for whatever reason, is just like really pissed off at her. And maybe because he's kind of sick of her mumbo jumbo too. And he's like, I think I'll stand. She's like, suit yourself. But he never really sits anyway. He's like, did you know I would sit? And she goes, well, I know everything, right? I am the Oracle. Do you want a candy? And he's like, do you know if I will take the candy? And she's like, but is the candy real, Neo? Is the candy real? Is the candy? I was like, wow, here we go. Is the candy truth? Is this fiction or is it nonfiction? If I were to give you the candy in this reality, do you truly have the candy? If I were to give you a cookie that I made in my oven, is the cookie truly real? Is the oven real? Are the basic components of the cookie real or are they fictitious? I'm a computer program. And so she reveals, Don, pleasure having you back, man. Thank you for stopping on the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for resubscribing again, sir. I appreciate that. But it's this big, long-winded thing. And she says, it was like, okay, this is interesting. I don't understand it, but I was like, okay. She says, I'm a computer program. It's like Tron, where the computer programs have thoughts and feelings, and they've evolved to a point where they have autonomy over themselves. And we see multiple computer programs in this movie. And I thought she was just another human battery or something. There is no candy. That's true. I don't think there is. I agree with the darkness. Thank you, Lucas Benny. I like a good philosophy lesson because the film still sucks. No, it does. It does. But she reveals that she is a computer program and she just went beyond her programming, but she's not evil, you know, like or what is evil, Neo? Is evil good? Can evil be good or can good be evil? But she just chooses to help humanity because she wants them to succeed because she believes that there's good in them, whatever. And she likes cookies too. But she's like, and there's others like me that you'll encounter in this world, but they're kind of shitty. So I'm just letting you know that will happen. So I'm just going to kind of wander off, all right, because I see Agent Smith with a whole bunch of fucking dubs. And I'm very confused that, I don't know, the Wachowskis like, we want to honor the work of John Woo because now Agent Smith, anytime he shows up and he's walking outside, there's a shit ton of doves around him, but they're black doves, chat. Ooh. Because black, so often, chat, is synonymous with evil. But is black evil? Maybe black is not evil. Maybe that is our projection. Maybe that is years of racism that is projected upon the idea that black is evil. But black is not evil, chat. Black is not evil. It cannot be. But what is evil? This movie asks that question. But we see a whole bunch of black doves, and the fucking Agent Smith shows up. He's like, Mr. Anderson. And he's like, whoa, this cannot be. I killed you. He's like, you merely made me evolve. I was forced to grow stronger within the Matrix. And now I am no longer a slave to it. I am a rogue program. And he's like, well, so that's what now Agent Smith's got partially what he wanted, where he's no longer part of the anti-Norton virus program that the Squiddies put inside the Matrix. He's separate of it now. He's separate from it. And he wants to get out. That's his big thing. And the only thing in his mind that is staying in my way is you. And Neo's like, well, I've beaten you once before. I can beat you once again. He's like, you may be able to beat one of me, but how about more than one? And then all these fucking Agent Smiths start showing up like it's gonna be a goddamn brawl on the basketball court, chat. And listen, I think at the time when I saw this, it's like, oh, this is so fucking awesome. At the time, this is probably so cool, and the choreography and the CGI and him just throwing CGI Hugo Weaving around, and the CGI Hugo Weavings can't lay a single goddamn blow on CGI Keanu Reeves, and even what they do, it's nothing, chat. He's got that fucking pole. He's working that pole hard just like we do every day, chat, doing them movie pulls and tune pulls and video game pulls and such, and he kicks their ass. The problem is, chat, the CGI, this is early, I've talked about this before. Late 90s CGI or just 90s CGI and early 2000s CGI, it has not aged well. And it looks like a shitty video game cutscene now. It does not hold up. Whereas the fight scenes in the original Matrix, or at least a lot of them, which had a lot of practical effects, and where it was just Hugo Weaving and Keanu Reeves, and I imagine there's stunt doubles doing those stunts, and there's wire work, those have aged very well. To the point where it's like, wow, these still hold up. Where this one does not. It's bad. It's bad. I'm sorry, chat, but this entire sequence, I'm like, this is hard to watch, and it's too bad because I remember being such a big. It's like, well, you know, one thing I will say about Matrix Reloaded, it sucks, but those fucking action scenes though, pretty good, and this one does not hold up at all. Yeah, I did not like it. I didn't like it. I mean, there's the one fucking scene when he's like on the pole, and he's going so fast, and he's like walking on them, he's running on them sideways, and it's like, oof. Ooh, it doesn't look good. And there's the one where they're all like on top of him. They're like little ants, like, yeah, 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 yeah. And he just, bah! And he bursts out. They're all like flopping in the air and stuff. And eventually he's like, all right, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to deal with this. And he just shoots up into the sky. And then we get like, I guess they wanted to sell the effect of like, ooh, there's multiple Hugo Weavies, multiple Agent Smiths. And they all start kind of like looking at each other, but it's clearly that Hugo Weaving was told, now look to the right as if something's to the right of you. And he's like, oh. Now look to the left of you as if something is to the left of you. And it's like, it's so over-exaggerated. It's like, it doesn't work. And then they all just kind of fucking walk away. They just leave. I was like, well, that just happened. It did. It just happened, chat. And also, the Trinity and Morpheus are watching this fight, and they're like, "Get out, Neo! Go! You must leave!" Eventually, they find out that okay, in order to learn more about the Matrix and Neo and the idea of the Chosen One, and to truly unlock humanity's potential, blah blah blah, they need to find a man named the Keymaster. Why? Because they do. That's why. They need to find a man named the Keymaker. Keymaker, chap. And they don't know where he is. However, they do know of someone who might know where he is, and we get to one of the other really awful parts of the movie, chat. And it's like, there is a French program called the Merovingian, who is a data dealer, as they call him. Where exchanges data to whoever, I suppose, I guess the machine sells data, if you will, for certain privileges, I guess. And he apparently knows the location of the Keymaker. And so Neo and Morpheus and Trinity, they go to the Keymaker, and we literally get, it's this guy who sits them down and says, all right, we're going to start talking about philosophy, okay? And about good and evil and about being French. Is being French good and evil? Maybe. I don't know. I think, is that what the guy was talking about? I want to read you some of his dialogue. Because I'm like, this can't be real. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What? How did this get passed? People would have been like, if I was a punch, I was like, you got to cut down on some of this. It's too much. It's too goddamn much, Jack. I want to start here. Very simple. It's like, okay, you know, the other, like, fucking Morpheus and co, they're to the point. He says, we are looking for the Keymaker. Merovingian, oh, yes, it is true. The Keymaker, of course. But this is not a reason. This is not a why. The Keymaker himself, his very nature is a means, not an end. And so to look for him is to be looking for a means to do what? Question mark? Neo, but you know the answer to that question. But do you? No, that's why I'm fucking asking you. You asshole. But do you? You think you do, but you do not. I'm reading it. I have the script in front of me. I have the script. But do you? You think you do, but you do not. You are here because you were sent here. You were told to come here, and then you obeyed. But do you choose to be obeyed? It is, of course, the way of all things. You see, there's only one constant, one universal. It is the only real truth. Causality, action, reaction, cause, and effect. Morpheus. Everything begins with a choice. No! Wrong. This whole thing goes, it's so many paragraphs. Choice is an illusion created between those with power and those without. Look there at that woman. My God, just look at her. Affecting everyone around her. So obvious, so bourgeois, so boring. But wait, watch you see. I have sent her a dessert. A very special dessert. I wrote it myself. Because he's a computer program too. It starts so simply, each line of the program creating a new effect, just like poetry. First, a rush. Heat. Her heart flutters. You can see it, Neo, yes? She does not understand why, question mark. Is it the wine? No. What is it then? What is the reason? But soon it does not matter. Soon the why and the reason are gone, and all that matters is the feeling itself. And this is the nature of the universe. We struggle against it. We fight to deny it. But it is, of course, pretend. It is a lie. It is a fiction. It is a story we tell little children. Beneath our poised appearance, the truth is we are completely out of control. Inhales. Causality. There is no escaping it. We are forever slaves to it. Our only hope, our only peace is to understand it, to understand the why. But what is the why? Can you understand the why, Neo? Why is what separates us from them, you from me. Why is the only real source of the power. Without you, you are powerless. And this is how you come to me. How do you come, Neo? Why do you come? Without why, without power. Another link in the chain. But fear not. What is fear? Fear is nothing. Since I have seen how good you are at following orders, I will tell you what to do next. Run back and give the fortune teller, the soothsayer, the oracle, the prophet this message. Her time is almost up, stands. Now I have some real business to attend to, so I will bid you adieu. I must piss. It ends with him saying, I must piss. Listen, those of you who like this movie, I'm not taking it away from you, but this is why I don't like it. Okay? And there was this scene where, and by the way, when he's doing this, we are going inside of the computer vagina of this woman who is sitting at a table who just had a slice of cake. That's the visual we're getting when he's just saying all this shit. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, Chad. Oh, anyway, we move on from that. And the Merovingian's girlfriend is like, I fucking hate him. I hate him so much. And I want to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to tell you where the keymaker is. And they're like, oh, thank you. Her name is Persephone, which I think is like an allegory to, the wife of Hades, because it was Persephone, and so she works of Hades, and Hades doesn't want to help people, but Persephone, I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. And she's like, I want to help you. However, I want to kiss your boyfriend, Trinity. And she's like, what? She's like, the Merovingian, whatever the fuck his name is, the Frenchman, he sucks, and I want to know literally she says, I want to know what true love feels like. And I can tell just by staring at you that you love each other with the most intense heat of 1,000 suns. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit. They barely have any chemistry at all in this movie. But apparently she senses it, Chad. She's better than us. I mean, she is, a computer program, so I guess she knows, right? And, Trinity's like, oh, all right, that's fine. And, fucking Keanu Reeves is like, cool. And he kisses her, and I'm like, there's no passion behind that kiss. But apparently Persephone's like, that's good enough for me. I'm going to show you where the Keymaster lives. And, so they find the Keymaster, Chad, or the Keymaker, whatever the fuck. And it's this small little Asian man who is literally surrounded by millions of keys. And I'm like, now is he like a Keymaker or the Keymaster where he's able to unlock things or get behind security? I guess that's what his function is. He's a computer program too. And his thing is he's able to get through all of the firewalls, circumvent the malware, basically, in order to get them to the source, Chad, the source of the Matrix. That's what he is. That's what he is. But fucking Frenchie finds out that they stole his keymaker, and he's really pissed. And so he's like, we're going to have a fucking good old brawl in my mansion. And I also have these two cultural appropriators, these two white guys with dreads, and they're going to appropriate all over you. And they're also ghosts, which I'm like, I don't understand that at all. I don't know why they're fucking ghosts. Like, I get you can do different things in the Matrix, but why do they, what's their deal? I don't understand why they become cultural appropriator ghosts. But these guys start fighting. But the Merovingian's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm very scared. And so he runs out, and Neo pursues him. But I guess the Merovingian can teleport himself anywhere. And he ends up teleporting Neo to Germany, to computer Germany. And he's like, fuck. And so then Neo has to fly back from computer Germany all the way to whatever the city is in this movie. We never really know the name of the city. It's like, okay, sure. Meanwhile, we do get one of the absolute best fucking scenes in the film, Chad, which is the highway fight scene. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this scene sucks, because it doesn't. It's very well choreographed. It brings in all the other characters. Jada Pinkett Smith's in here, all the crews of the other ships. They all come in here to try to help Trinity and Morpheus fight off the cultural appropriation ghosts. And the agents are like, we used to be relevant in the movie. We should go and fight them. Okay, let's go. And the agents, they attack too. And so it's this three-way fucking fight chat between the Matrix people, between, Neo and Morpheus and Trinity and all those guys, the cultural appropriation ghost, the Merovingian, and the agents. And it's really fucking well done. All the wire work, the practical effects here, and that's why the big thing that the scene holds up. There's a lot of of course, there's some CGI in this scene, there's no doubt, but there's also a lot of practical effects, and that's why this scene has aged so much better than the hundreds of Agent Smith clones fighting Neo, because that's all CGI. It's early 2000s CGI is not rendered. Where this one, there's some groundedness to it, and I really like it. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's bad, because it's very good. It's very good. Eventually, they're like, okay, well, they got to get out of there. Neo literally swoops down like space Jesus, like computer Jesus, grabs everybody and transports them out of there. Chad grabs Trinity, grabs Morpheus right before they're about to get crushed between two trucks, explosions. And it's like, okay, cool, let's meet at this point. And so they show up at a warehouse, and they all decide, we have to find the source. And the source, as we learn, is the architect of the Matrix. And the Keymaker knows exactly where he is and what they need to do. And they ask him, sir, how do you know all of this information? And someone wrote this, I feel sorry for this actor, but someone wrote this line for this man to say. And he says, I know because I must know. And they're like, good enough for me. And it's like, that's not good enough for me. What do you mean? What do you mean he knows? No, I know because I must know. Lazy, awful writing, chat. He says that the architect is in this building, and they need to destroy a power plant and the backup power plant, chat, to get in. And it's like, okay, cool. But Neo, he's like, I don't want Trinity to get involved in this situation, okay? And he says, Trinity, I need you to sit out, okay? All right? I keep having this dream when you get shot in the boob. And as we all know, when a lady gets shot in the boob, it's instant death. And she's like, all right, you know what? I won't get involved. And he's like, cool, excellent. That sounds good to me. Everyone, the mission's going off how it should go off, but one of the ships explode because it's attacked by a whole bunch of robo-squiddies. Remember the squiddies, chat? And it kills all of them, so they can't destroy the backup power plant. And so Trinity's like, well, no one else can do it except me now. And so she goes inside the Matrix, and that's the opening scene, chat, when she killed fucking poor computer Billy. And she put him through like 2 feet of concrete, chat. This is the opening of that scene where she kills all these guys who, again, are just, they're just fucking human batteries. They're just trying to do what they're living their lives, chat. God. But she does this whole fucking thing, and she's attacked by the Smiths, and she's shot in the boob. And fucking Neo, he's like, oh God, that's not good. This is very bad. This is very bad. I cannot have this. And so, that's the thing. That's not happening yet. So she's fighting Agent Johnson and stuff. They're doing that. So he doesn't know about the situation that's happening right now. So she's fighting Agent Johnson and trying to escape. Meanwhile, we cut to Morpheus and Neo and the Keymaker, and they're also being pursued by the agents as well. But thankfully, the door to the architect is open. He opens it up, and Morpheus and Neo get inside. And the agents, they just shoot the shit out of this little Asian man, chat, who didn't hurt anybody, and he's like, and he's blasted back, and he's dragged into the vault, and where, he's like, I lived my life for nothing, and he dies. And it's like, it's so sad that character who we didn't really know died. And then Morpheus is like, Neo, you go ahead. I'm just really upset with the death of the Keymaker. We could have learned so much from him. And we get one of the absolute worst scenes in the movies, where Neo talks to the architect, who is Colonel Sanders. He's dressed exactly like Colonel Sanders, and he gets some of the worst exposition-heavy dialogue I have ever seen. And so we're going to go ahead and fucking go over some of this dialogue, chat. Here we go. The architect. Hello, Neo. Neo, who are you? I am the architect. I created the Matrix. But what is the Matrix? Is the Matrix what you see it? Or is it something else? I've been waiting for you. You have many questions. And although the process has altered your consciousness, but what is a true consciousness, Neo? You remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. But what is the true answer to all of this, Neo? Can we truly answer the question that you are about to ask me? Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize that it is also irrelevant. Why am I here? Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. Math. You are the eventuality of an anomaly, which despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision, of expert coding, of geometry of the mind. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected, and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here. What is he talking about? And so basically what he goes into, chat, what happens is, he explains, he keeps going, and he reveals that you are not the first Neo. That's what it is. You're not the first computer Jesus. There have been 5 others that have come before you, and they have done the same thing time and time and time and time again, okay? And you're the 6th anomaly, okay? And so what's happening here? There's a choice. You have a choice, Neo. That's what it is. You can either, he literally says this way, you can go through door number 1 and save humanity. Warn Zion, prepare for because the squiddies are like, fuck the humies, we're going to wipe them all out. You can go to Zion right now, stop all this from happening, or go to door number 2 and save your girlfriend. And Neil's like, well, I'm going to go through fucking door number 2. Goddamn right, I don't give a fuck about those humies, I don't know them. They're having the goddamn sex orgies in the catacombs, in the caves. And that's what he does. The Messiah, the one to save them all, chat, to bring humanity back from, the underworld, literally says, fuck you. I'm going to go help my girlfriend. And that's what he does. So that's when we cut back. That's when we cut back to, goddamn, what's it? Trinity, she's fighting Agent Johnson, all that shit. She gets shot in the boob. Oh, no. But right before she's about to hit that car, chat, right before she's about just die, he grabs her, chat, at the last second, and he just destroys the city. He is going so fast that literal skyscrapers are just being ripped out from their foundations. Like, I know that but the thing is, these are people, though, and the human batteries, and if they die in the Matrix and they die in their batteries, and you're just killing all of them, and it's like, you're a really shitty person, Neo. You're a really bad Messiah. And so he just kills all of these people to save this one woman, but she dies anyway. But, through the power of being the one and bad writing, he says, I cannot allow you to die. And he takes his hand and literally puts it inside of her boob, which is horrifying to me, and through the Matrix code, reaches the bullet, which is also code, and extracts the bullet, and then, I don't know, covers it up, I guess, with code, and she's like, and she comes back, Chad. Just gotta take out that boob bullet, and you're good. Eat your heart out, Superman, goddamn right. Although I think he has just as high a body count as Henry Cavill Superman in this movie. And she's alive. And it's like, yay. But chat, because he made that choice, the Nebuchadnezzar is being attacked by a whole bunch of fucking squiddies. And they're like, we got to kill this guy. He's fucking up the Matrix. It's a huge problem right now. There's something else going on with Agent Smith, and we got to handle him. But we got to stop Neo right here. He literally destroyed an entire fucking city. Because the thing is, the squiddies, they're trying to maintain. It's like an MMO. It's like a computer program where they need to like have this normalcy constantly. All right, because if anything weird starts out, that's why they're always trying to attack. That's why they're sending the agents to attack the people entering the Matrix, because they're fucking up the program literally. Because other people in the human batteries are like, what the hell's going on? This is not right, and they realize that, oh, I'm in a computer world. And so he just destroyed a city. And the squiddies are panicking because all the human batteries are waking up. And they're like, oh, fuck, we got to stop this. And so they attack the Nebuchadnezzar. But you know, they eventually they abandon it. And Morpheus is like, we got to get out of here. The whole crew, they leave. And the squiddies blow it up. And the squiddies are all coming after Neo and Morpheus and Trinity. But for whatever reason, Morpheus is like, I have a weird feeling. And he sticks out his hand as this giant army of squiddies come right at him. And they just explode. And they just kind of like, as soon as they about to hit him, they just crumple like fucking tinfoil, chat. And everyone's like, holy shit, Neo is the one. He somehow is able to use his super duper computer Jesus powers in the real world now. It's like, that's cool. I'm like, that's a cool element. It comes at the very end of the movie, but it's like, that would have been cool to introduce like at the halfway point or something, you know, but it's at the very end. It's like, fuck, it's sequel bait. They're sequel baiting me. And then he collapses because he used all of his computer Jesus powers. And they're rescued by, I think, Jada Pinkett's ship, I want to say. I think it's Jada Pinkett's, one of the other fucking crews. And Jada Pinkett's ship, and they put him on a gurney, and they're, you know, monitoring him and stuff. And then the camera starts panning upwards, because, like, where are we going? And it's like, bum, 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 bum. And we see some guy in a slab. We see some guy sitting opposite of Neo on another gurney. I'm like, who is that guy? I was like, oh, it's Bane. Remember the guy that Agent Smith hacked when he touched his tummy? And Agent Smith managed to infect the Matrix version of the guy, but he also infected the real world version of the guy. We didn't see him for an hour and a half. And I was like, who the fuck is this? When I first saw the film, like, I don't understand. What was that? What was that? I thought it was Cypher. At first I thought, oh, is that... When I first saw the film years ago, I was like, oh, is that Cypher? Did they bring him back or something? No, it's the Bane guy. And I guess he's on the ship too. That's where it happened. And he's like a sleeper agent now that Agent Smith lives in his tummy. And that, my friends, is my scene by scene breakdown to The Matrix Reloaded. Chat, as I said before, I really dislike this movie. It has a couple of cool scenes. I really liked, again, that highway chase scene is fucking awesome. It's really good. It's well choreographed. There's a lot of practical effects, and that's one of the big reasons why it's aged so well. And I appreciate it for that. I mean, I like that we explore a little more of the world of Zion, like because you're curious about it. But when we inevitably learn more, the less interested I become. Like if you thought that the best way to showcase your culture, or humanity, was through a rave sex orgy for 7.5 minutes, like a music video, then you're wrong. I just didn't think that was a good way to showcase how humanity lives here. It's just a waste of time. A lot of the dialogue is exposition heavy and philosophical. You don't really learn anything new about the characters. If anything, you just become bored with them or annoyed by them. There's no chemistry between Keanu Reeves and Karen Moss. Like in the last one there was. Here, there's none. There's absolutely zero. I mean, yes, they kiss and they fuck, but I need more than that. I need to see them grow as people, as lovers, as a couple, and that's not on display here. It is the very definition of a disappointing sequel, chat for me. So yeah, I'd have to give this a low some old bullshit, chat. I really disliked it. But hey, you know that we still got the third one. We got the third one, and we got the fourth one, which comes out tomorrow. We'll find out. You know, I did not love the coochie cake. I was not big on that. No. But the actor who played the Keymaker also played Master Oogway. Look at my movies. Oh, that's him. And Grandpa Gohan. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that. Oh, what do you mean? We see them grow as lovers. Yeah, well. Not enough. Not in the way I would have wanted to see them grow as lovers, chat. But I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you so much, guys, for all of your generosity throughout it, too. Really do appreciate it, chat. Thank you, Luke the Boss, DT Darkstar, Kindle Useless, Don, all you guys who are donating throughout that. Thank you. Oh, Lord. That was a fun goddamn time, chat. But I need to take a quick break, and I'm going to come back. We're going to play some It Takes Two. I'm going to contact Vanny. Vanny's in the chat. Let me know if you want to jump into some It Takes Two co-op shenanigans. We'll play that game. Chat, be excited. No Name Woman. Thank you for 5 minutes. Clap, clap. Thank you. Yay. Thank you, No Name Woman. The machines. Poop break. It's not a poop break. It's actually a pee-pee break. And I got to put a little alcohol in my drink right here. Should be fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review. We had a good time with it. Oh, my lordy, 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 lordy. Oh, my God. And again, I don't know if, like, the third one is worse. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll let you know, chat. I really got to think about it. I'll do the review tomorrow, but I'm just really not sure. Now, I got a question for you guys. So what are you guys feeling? Do you want to do the watch party for The Matrix Resurrections tomorrow, or do you want to do it Friday? Because the movie comes out. I think the movie comes out. Does the movie come out Friday? Or, excuse me, Wednesday? We'll find out. Well, you guys think about it. Maybe I'll do a poll when I come back, chat. But in the meantime, let that percolate in your brain. I'll be right back. Entertain yourselves amongst yourselves. Stick around.